And just for everybody, because I've been bombarded, swamped with messages about what's going to be happening here. So we spent, I don't know, we have around 12 hours of footage of content. There will be a behind the scenes, because that behind the scenes clip alone will be very interesting for you to see. They were very transparent, which was kind of like, hey, take the camera around. We got footage from a lot of different places. We spent 7 hours talking to Andrew, and we spent about an hour and a half talking to Tristan individually. The topics and issues that was discussed was very deep, from BBC to Romania to the arrest to what it was like to be in jail, the experience in jail, the dungeon, what things they learned while they were in there, moments of not having access to your phone for 92 days, how that messes with you, personal life, kids, finance. What did they do? Did they take everything? Is there money there? Do they have any money left? Did they take this? Did they take that? Anyways, we talked about everything. Now, while we did the interview, this is one thing everybody needs to know. By the way, if you're watching this, if you want to be one of the first to get the update on this, text the word Tate to 310-340-1132. Once again, text the word Tate. Rob, if you can put this in the chat as well. Text the word Tate to 310-340-1132. Or I'll give you another thing to do as well. Kai, if you can send a link to Rob to put in the description for people that are not in America internationally, to be the first to get the email as well. Rob, please text Kai to text you the proper link. And let's put that below, folks. You'll see it as you're coming in, and Rob will put it in the chat as well. So a lot of conversations. Legal was there. Their publicists were there. Everybody flew in from all over the place for this meeting. And the interview that goes live, I believe it's 5 hours and 20 minutes of content, of which 45 minutes will have to be cut because it's legal issues about Romania and their indictment. And that'll be live post their indictment, which could be any time now in the next week or two. So there will be, what we're working on right now is for it to come out and be released. The interview, number one, I think it's going to be 4 hours and 40 minutes, something like that, 4 hours and 30 minutes. And then the other 45 minutes, 44 minutes will be released post-indictment. So there's going to be two parts to it. And then Tristan's interview will also be released here very soon as well. It's epic. If you enjoyed the first one, this was probably, I don't want to say 10 times wilder, because even the intro, I don't know if you guys saw the intro yesterday.
I did.
I saw it.
Shout out to the team for what they're doing over
Alan,
there.
everybody.
Eric, Alan, Kelly, the whole crew, Brandon with the research. These guys really were busting their tails, editing. I think they went without any sleep trying to get this done.
They did.
And their crew, Tate's crew, was very hospitable, where they were with us.
Can I give us a shout out?
Yeah.
Tate said you guys are the most prepared for any interview he's ever done. The research, the notes,
I
the
don't
questions.
know if we were more prepared than Lucy Williamson from BBC. I don't want to give us that kind of credit. I think we're second best to Lucy.
Yeah.
She's the GOAT.
Yeah.
We have to realize.
She was prepared with an agenda that completely fell.
She was ready to get killed. She just didn't know it.
And Pat, just to say something off of what you said, for people like, I never met him. I've seen the videos. Obviously, I've never met him. But from start to finish, be honest, the hospitality, the sincere, genuine, like, do you want a coffee? Dude, it was like being in a Middle Eastern person's house. Great personality, like, bend over backwards to making us feel. Did you feel like you were at home?
It was a great experience. I mean, it was the same way last time, though. But it was a great experience this time being in the house when you pull up to the security waiting outside, the place it was, the driver knowing who they were and asking around in the city what they thought of the Tates. You just have to watch the interview to see all of this combined. And it starts off, we give 3 gifts at the beginning, which you will crack up. And we give 2 or 3 unique gifts at the end, which you won't crack up.
You will tear up.
You will tear up, the gifts at the end, because it's going to be sentimental and meaningful to them. But I think it's a conversation that people need to hear. I can tell you one thing, folks. When you see this, BBC is going to hate this interview. Let me say that one more time. They're going to hate this interview. And that may be an understatement on what happened. So, but at the same time, I think it needed to be this way. People need to hear the story from them to kind of see where they're at, and then we're going to see what the court's going to do. Whether they're going to get charged or not, still till today, it's still allegedly. A lot of people are trying to come after them. A recent story came out with another girl named Evie. that claim they did something 10 years ago. We talked about that as well. Anyways, if you're following the Tate story, you're not only not going to want to miss this one. I remember the first one was 5 hours. People are like, who the hell is going to watch a 5-hour thing? And it was common
15 million
consensus
people.
I got wherever I went and whatever DMs and emails and messages that came in. I sat there expecting to just watch the first 30 minutes. I ended up finishing the whole thing on one sit down. And you're going to see a lot of people are going to be doing that. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be epic.